smooth.
It's a pretty obvious one, right?
I'll blow your goddamn head smooth off. Now back up. Slowly. Don't say a word.
Hey, man, you...
I said don't say a word.
Great when that took a doo-doo. You ain't seen getting nothing in it, nothing to try to make it fresh. He ain't do nothing to try to make it fresh in there.
Come on.
Dude, that was improv.
Little motherfucker gonna try to rob me. Well, I'm gonna show you how we do it up here in Pinky's, nigga.
I wasn't trying to rob.
Shut up! Before I bust a cap up in your ass. Now, what you done with Day and Roach?
Daddy is my
Shut up! Now, who sent you, nigga?
Nobody sent me.
Say another motherfucking word and this shit is over. And I ain't playing, nigga. Now, you ain't got no gun. But where the weed at?
I ain't got no weed.
Shut the fuck, shut. Did I say, no! Oh, shit. Say it again. Say something else. Oh, say something else. Say something else, nigga. I'm gonna tie your old monkey ass up.
Go fuck yourself.
There it goes being loud again. Burn.
Airball.
Your airball. Smooth as eggs. That shit will never not be funny though. I will say that. No, the balls are as smooth as eggs. That shit'll never, ever, ever not be funny. What the hell is going on, good damn people?
Hello. Out there in Facebook world and wherever world else you're listening to this.
Somewhere in the world, right?
Somewhere.
Episode 119.
That's what it felt like today.
Nigga!
Yeah.
God damn.
I couldn't even go to sleep out in my car like I normally do on like lunch or something like that. I couldn't even.
I knew you was gonna die.
I can't fade it. I cannot fade it today.
They said unless you got the car or you had the car on with the AC and
Man,
the windows
look.
up.
Even
with the windows up and the AC on, your ass was out of there.
man, even then, dog, I would have been out of there. Like, nah, because like I said, normally I would, 95, 96, go out there, cut the AC on, but not today.
It was hot this morning when I took the dog out before I left the house. I walked outside. Shit, am I sweating already?
The dog walked right back in. Man.
Yeah.
It's like,
He
fuck
looked
this.
at me. He was like, he had a little bit of real fat. Let me get back in this cool ass house.
Yeah. No, he domesticated like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Let me get
Tyson ain't with that. Staying outside. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Ain't no couches to sleep under here.
Sell your mama's car. I'm not selling my car. Anyways, episode 119.
119.
The Straight Meddling Show.
Yeah. What, you got something else to say?
Not really. I mean, this is your boy LP.
The other one's Gati.
Jamal.
LP Lee John Jr. the third.
Lee John.
Lee John.
Yeah. I was watching that movie earlier today. Where the nigga was like, what was that, First Sunday? Yeah. He was like, why? How did you get a name like Lee John? Well, my mama had two boyfriends and she didn't know which one was my daddy, so she named me Lee John.
I wouldn't have said it.
I don't think I would have told nobody that. Yeah. But yeah, we got a good show coming up for you
Yeah, man.
today.
We got a conspiracy comfort station.
We finally get to do a conspiracy conversation
this
today.
is a good one, though.
You got some foil in here? I can make a hat.
yeah.
This is a pretty good one.
Yeah, this actually is a damn good one. Good conspiracy coming up. So we'll get to it probably in like 20 minutes or so. Who knows? But we do actually have a black highlight. Well, actually, weekend vibes. Well, shit, how was y'all's weekend? How was that shit going?
Yeah, man. I kicked it over here, a day or two? Two
Yeah,
days,
how many
one
days?
day? One day.
One day.
Yeah. So, it was cool, man, They said, got some good barbecue.
Man, look, I reheated that shit the next day. And normally when you reheat barbecue, the shit ain't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't.
You don't have it wasn't as moist.
Yeah. But shit, this time around, I was like, man, I cooked these hoes good though. bitch. But yeah, what about your weekend, Ma? What you end up doing? Some paints?
Nah, not much, man. I ran errands half a Saturday, then had to go. Then went to spend time with my wife's family in the evening. Then Sunday slept half a day, and then was depressed in the second half of the day.
Why were you depressed in the second half of the day?
Because I was going back into my cage on Monday.
Yeah, let's say I only got about 3 more hours, and then I'm back in the shits. Well, that's good. That's good.
It was fun.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's all that matters.
There you
go. The good thing about this weekend, which is kind of our black highlight for this week. Big shout out to Simone Biles.
Yeah, man. I said, this weekend, I mean, I didn't get to catch it live, so I caught it off secondhand, but watching some of her routines, man. Yeah, she in GOAT status.
Yeah.
Is it the Olympics again?
No.
They're preparing for the Olympics next year. But, they're starting to do all their international kind of competitions right now.
Yeah.
And she got another, she did 2 dismounts this past weekend that nobody else on the planet has ever done ever in gymnastics.
Probably should have saved those, but yeah.
No, she can do them again and get 10s.
Yeah. What's that?
Said nobody else has.
But now other people are gonna be practicing them.
Yeah, well, good luck with that.
Yeah. What's that? If nobody in the history of this shit has ever done that, it ain't.
I mean, shit look weird.
Yeah.
And it's because squads. I think maybe some of y'all. Y'all like gymnastics growing up. I used to watch that shit.
Doing the Olympics,
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't wake up in a regular year and just be like, oh, let me see what.
I mean, I had a crush on a few of them. So
Let's see what's going on. Dominique Dawes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Dominique Dawes back in the day, dog.
That's a GOAT right there.
Yeah, oh my God, boy.
She's in GOAT status.
Man, Dominique Dawes, man. Ooh, that's a good throwback one right there, boy.
Yeah.
So, we watch that, so get that, and then, it kind of got me wondering what the technical stuff about it, because the triple axle, this, that, and the third, like, what the fuck you mean the triple this and that, and you have to see it in slow motion, like, oh, that motherfucker went up, did 3 flips and 2 twists. Oh, that's the triple double, huh? That's what you talking about. I got you.
Yeah. We'll say that's what it is.
Shitting all over Westbrook.
It was a triple double, and no, Westbrook was not in sight.
He was probably there looking out new outfits and shit.
You gonna fuck her up? You're like, I'm the triple double guy.
I'm the triple double motherfucker, man.
Well, yeah. So big ups to her. She won 6 out of the last 7 all around gymnast world championship gymnast meets that she's been in.
Where's she from?
Texas, Spring, Texas.
Texas, right outside of Houston.
That's right. We breeding them over here.
Oh, shut up.
She's of age now. She's
like 4'10".
I mean, I still would,
Yeah, she should be in the next Willy Wonka movie.
Ain't that a bitch? She's not the most attractive thing out there, but
Boy, sit down.
she's not. But I mean, but her
Yeah,
her status takes her way.
Let her put on a bikini and see how unattractive she is.
Look, man, my standards aren't that high, anyways. Yeah, I know the tight, this tight.
She's just a little bit a ball of muscle.
Yeah, that's all she is, just a little ball of muscle.
Let her get them legs around you. She gonna kill you.
She was doing an interview and I seen her fingers one time and them whole deal look like nubs. I was like, oh my God, no. Accidental midget
But
person.
what you can do with a gymnast?
Man, that shit, I bet you that shit overrated though.
No, it's not.
I don't think so.
I've never boned a gymnast that I've known of, and I think, I don't know.
I mean, you would probably be the problem. Like, it would be positions you can't get into.
Shit, look.
And you
fuck around, catch a Charlie horse.
Hey, we gonna catch that Charlie horse. We gonna catch that Charlie horse. Fuck that.
It's not hard. It's not hard.
Yeah,
I can't get hard upside down. Turns out.
That's actually happening.
Do it on a balance beam?
A Charlie horse has actually happened, though.
That takes a lot of core strength.
Man. Come on, girl. But yeah, so big ups to Simone Biles again. Congratulations. Much success to you.
Yeah, she's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what, real quick? You know what I'm tired of? I just thought about this shit that happened to me today. Right. I'm tired of dudes, because speaking of midgets and shit, I'm tired of dudes that drive either C-Class Benzes or 3 Series BMWs walking around like they hard. Look, I got charged
with
up.
That entry?
Huh?
Said with that entry?
With that entry level. You know what I'm saying? It's like, You know, I'm not one.
I know your place.
Yeah, I'm not one.
Yeah, you got a BMW, but
Yeah. Like, what are we talking in?
That's barely over a Camry.
Yeah, it's like,
What are we talking?
matter of fact, a Camry,
and
yeah.
the Camry's gonna come with more features.
Yeah, because BMW don't fuck around. Like, they don't give you shit.
You want AC? Yeah, that's extra.
Yeah,
That's
you know
extra.
what I'm saying? You still got the roll down windows in the BMW 3 Series, man. Fuck that. But it was just awkward.
Hard ass
today.
leather.
Yeah, it was just awkward. Like, and this
Gave you
happened
the ass
today. Like, maybe I look for this shit, right? Because honestly, it probably is partially me. But I will roll past a BMW, and if I see a dude in there, I'm like, a 3 Series. Like, if I see a dude and I'm just mugging, like, dude, go get your fucking souped up Honda Accord. Like, honestly, what are you doing? But
You
man,
just say you just got that for the name.
yeah, but like I was at the gas station. Dude was just mugging the hell out of me. Like, I wasn't playing music loud. I wasn't doing anything. Nigga was just looking at me like I did something wrong. I'm like, what's your problem? Are you mad because you have a small car?
Maybe he was a fan. Maybe he was a fan of the show.
Yeah, you never know, man. He's
You
probably
better walk up and say something.
He's trying to catch your face. Maybe he was scared.
Man, look, no, that was
Remember we
me,
met that
bro.
guy who was looking at us like a retard, and then he was like, "Oh, I watched the show or listened to the show."
When did that happen?
It's way back.
Yeah, I mean, shit happens. But even still, at least he said something.
Yeah.
But the dude
did say
today,
something.
and then another one was at a stoplight, and then again I look over, I always look to see who on my left and on my right. I don't.
Lord,
I,
this
okay.
old Call of Duty wannabe
Don't.
motherfucker here. Got to make it look at 3 and 9 or whatever fucking
It's
numbers
3
y'all
and
look.
6. Okay. However, I mean, niggas are getting shot.
But you said side to
Oh,
side.
I mean, 3.
You don't even know it. This is why I call you a fake ass Call of Duty.
3.
You don't even know the fucking.
10 and 2. 10 and 2.
6 is behind you.
Yeah, 6 is
Watch
behind.
my
you.
6.
Watch my 6. I got you. Okay. Nevertheless, I'm always looking to my left or to my right, Jamal.
Or till you're 12.
And when I'm
Noon.
looking,
Call it noon. What, man? You started this.
True. But yeah, nevertheless, at the end of the day, I just don't like the mugs that I get from guys, especially if they're black too. Like, I'm really judging you at that point. Like, nigga, you really just got this because you heard it on a rap song.
Like, dude, is this in your head that you're being mugged, or
No, this is really true because again,
Because I don't know had nobody mug me, but I also don't look.
you don't be paying attention to that kind of shit.
I have. No, not really. I said if motherfucker did something, cut me off or something, I'm the one rolling up mugging. I know that for motherfucking show.
Right.
Say you motherfucker. But nah, I don't look for it neither. I said I kind of grew out of that.
I'm not looking to beef. I'm just looking to see who the hell over there. You know how many times I done been in the middle of the street and I done seen, somebody either that I know.
Were you digging in your nose, or
No.
and they like, this nigga?
No, I don't. I tend not to do that when I'm driving, even though I may have a booger hanging or something.
Yeah, of
I don't
course.
have tinted windows in the front, so I can't just be in there and I'm like,
I mean, fuck that, nigga. You catch me digging in the nose. You looking too hard. That's how you want to get it? It was bothering me.
Like, this is a you problem.
So I'm just supposed to be driving around uncomfortable because I don't want to look apart because motherfuckers might roll up beside me. Man, fuck that. I'm all in my shit. I'm digging for gold, baby. I'm digging for gold. Gonna find this nugget. It's bothering me.
like that one that be hanging there, you can barely breathe and shit. Yeah.
Oh, stop!
Yeah, get down.
How you feel it just moving.
Yeah.
Oh God, no!
Man, don't act like you don't be having them.
I know, but it's gross hearing y'all talk about it.
Judgmental Jamile. Jeez.
Oh,
You just judge it?
yeah. You judge everybody. I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
don't judge. I judge men with 3 Series BMWs and C-Class Benzes. That's what I judge. Anything past that, hey, man.
Maybe
you
they
good.
trying to get their credit score up.
That's not the way to do it.
That's not the fucking way to do it.
That was the joke.
Like I think a 3 Series they automatically start taking points. They're like, nah, you're trying a little
Nigga,
too
you
hard.
doing too much.
Trying too hard, man.
Yeah,
You're not a real
square
rich guy.
Square business. Anyways, that's just my little 2 cents in for the day. But segue to the first topic we got up, and this tickled the shit out of me, just because it goes to show you that even in the industry, lazy pussy gets you nowhere. Remember that, ladies. Lazy pussy.
I don't even believe this story, but go ahead.
Well,
She said it.
She
There's
confirmed
it was a whole hour interview.
She just trying to make news.
Maybe she is. But
There's zero possibility. That's true.
ex-porn star,
I would have paid her that much
Ex porn star
for the same amount of scenes. Though.
You see what I'm saying? Bitch did like 100 some odd
yeah.
scenes. Like what the fuck? Ex porn star Mia Khalifa has been doing rounds on certain shows.
Yeah, she's trying to be corporate now.
Yeah. Hopefully, hey, if you hear this, Mia Khalifa, because we're gonna tag you in it, come on down. You know, come on in here. You know, even though she said she had like 15 million Instagram followers, like, god damn, wait a minute.
I don't know. She's popular.
Yeah. So
she say something, motherfuckers. Well, obviously, motherfuckers move around and see what the hell she talking about.
yeah, square business. So
Interesting.
So she was saying that out of all the porn that she's done, and you know, if that's what women you want to do for your livelihood, knock yourself out, no big deal.
Oh yeah, no judgment over here.
Yeah, absolutely, because women are giving up their pussy and not even getting bills paid. So congratulations.
Well, obviously, me was doing that shit and wasn't either. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and so, but yeah, so she was saying that out of all the porn scenes she's done over 100, well into hundreds, and she only made $12,000.
12 racks
for all the scenes that she's ever done.
And to me, that was, like you said, I didn't believe that shit at first until
She was one of the bigger.
She was number one for like 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, you can get a deal with one of them companies easy and make more than that.
Like, I thought after a while, maybe once you got your name kind of established, like, you ain't going into a scene for no less than like 3 or 4. Like, and I only got to shoot like once or twice a week type shit.
Yeah.
Right. Phrasing.
I feel bad for her because she was going. She went on kind of said that, you know, she kind of got manipulated by the companies and shit like that. Like, bitch, you walking into porn.
Well, first of all, you have to pay bills. Like,
what up, Jarrell? What up, Quinn?
She was a porn star for a minute. Like, so.
Yeah, like a good solid 5 to 6 years.
So, obviously, you got to pay the bills. Like, there's no, I don't believe that.
Maybe not. What I would probably think was she was only getting paid for those scenes, and then she was probably making money like in different areas as far as like maybe club appearances and shit like that. Cause then that's really sometimes how they get their side hustle on with that shit because them
or go strip somewhere. You could be kind of a headliner type thing.
Yeah.
But you can kind of tell, like, she was in there, she was doing porn, and like me and Simon, we discussed this like several times just on outside conversations where, you know, watching her in a porn movie is like she's a lazy fuck. You know,
that was my only day. I was like, this bitch got some lazy pussy. Don't get me wrong, I get her look and all that shit, and then she was
she's exotic, she fine as fuck, you know, all of the above.
Yeah, all that whatever shit you want to tag her with. But I was like, dog, she's not doing nothing.
See, but I don't even think she's like. Here's the thing, like if there were more like Indian porn stars, I don't think she would be that big of a deal.
No, she
like
wouldn't.
she's got them.
What
fake,
up, Kenny?
You know,
she got fake titties.
Like it's not.
It's not like she curvy or anything like that. She's just standard built.
Yeah, so
she's standard built.
It's only because they don't have that many of them that's porn stars in general.
Over here.
So you would
I'm
think,
sure over there they got some.
So you would think that at this point that you know, shit, take advantage. You one of the only ones, and she was also talking about how she got threats from ISIS and she's like, man, how did they get your phone number? But but you know, like, you know, she should be able to.
Like, how did you
that.
See it, ISIS?
Yes, I mean, what are you
how
watching?
you know about
what are you
this,
watching?
ISIS?
What are you watching?
When they caught Bin Laden, they said that's what they found on his hard drive, a whole bunch of porn.
That sounds about right. 70 wives, huh? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You don't even believe that, huh, motherfucker? But yeah, so at that point you need to be able to capitalize on it. Like that's just unheard of. I mean, hell,
12 racks,
$12,000.
Oh, come on,
$12,000.
And she was dead serious that she did, man. I was like, man, she going back and forth with people on Twitter, and she said it on the little interview. I didn't watch the whole thing.
No,
bits and pieces. Yeah,
I am not interested in what Mia Khalifa.
If you ain't showing your titties, I am.
I mean, if that's the case for all them, because she did a lot of scenes, like she must have been making like, you know, $400-500 a scene. Like that, I don't believe that.
Yeah. I mean,
at that point, you can just go be a hooker or a stripper and make way more.
Exactly.
So,
I mean, what are you doing with your life?
You need to go strip and get your life together.
That's why ISIS was mad at you. You wasn't making no bread, baby.
You're supposed to kick back for the fun. Your donation this month, and that shit came up. Show.
Yeah.
Y'all got that Khalifa donation?
Yeah. She forgot to pay her Illuminati dues.
I think she left some zeros off.
Raquel, Ben Franklin's a little lonely.
I might have to get out and choke a bit.
Yeah.
But to me, that's the thing. How, especially being in the industry for that long, being that big of a name, I know.
What up, Pete?
Just having conversation with other people in the industry, you've been like, all right, I'm not getting my fair motherfucking cut after 2 or 3 scenes. Like, say, hold on, why they getting that?
Yeah.
I got a fucking BMW 3 Series over here. This motherfucker got a Bentley. What the fuck is
You know
going
what I'm saying?
on?
Like, what the fuck is happening around here? But like I said, it just makes it like, because again, women, some women out there, they're just giving up their ass and not getting nothing done for them, not nothing. And then, you have the scenario where you have that. You're a porn star. Everybody can pull your shit up, look at it, see it. Obviously, Mia Khalifa, I hope, isn't your real name. Shout out to Montana Fishburne. And so, you have these scenarios. It's like, well, bitch, I know a bitch right now.
Because she was even saying in that little clip that I watched, maybe like 2 minutes, that dude there's a website that uses her name and she don't get no royalties off of it. Like her stage.
Who the fuck was her manager?
She had to be just.
It was not Rich Paul.
It said you can't. I know there's being naive to things and stuff like that, but she literally got fucked over by the game.
Twice. Fucked in the game and fucked out the game.
And I guess I see why she's trying to be, go to the other side of it. Mm-hmm. Basically she's trying to do both extremes. But yeah, man, that's some weird shit. Yeah. 12 racks, and you was fucking for like 8 years.
She fucking for a minute. She ought to be ashamed of herself. Matter of fact, they need to bring back Heather Hunter. Bring back Heather Hunter for a good throwback.
Heather Honky. I thought you were saying
Heather Honky.
Nah, no, she made more than 12,000.
You don't need no fleet money when you got some primetime tricks.
I mean, I hope that's some shit like that that's going on.
What extra? No, ain't no extra. Is that the extra? Is that the extra?
Take the shot, Kevin.
God damn.
Kevin's in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
You can hear him pretty clearly.
Yeah.
You got that mic right there.
But yeah, so big ups to Mia Khalifa or small ups to her. Shit, I don't know at this point.
She got fucked over, literally. So
You
okay.
calling bullshit?
I don't believe that.
Yeah.
Like nobody's.
That dude's face been turned up the whole time we've been talking. Like, I don't know about
Nah, nobody's that dumb.
the last time she did.
Even
shit
Forrest
like
Gump
this
got
was
paid for his
that,
fucking work.
What?
So even Forrest Gump got paid for his work. Nobody's that stupid.
Yeah.
At that point, you might as well just go work a bullshit job.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, for real.
She got some big time tricks, bro.
Yeah, she okay. So that's another perspective that I didn't even think of.
But
Ran at a time.
that's it. But I can see why you say that, because the last time she did some shit like this was with that Gilbert Arenas when they were starting that podcast.
Yeah.
Trying to get a splash when he made fun of her and all that shit. And it was all for the show. So yeah, I'm looking for a book to release real soon or something.
Pops, what is that you just put on there?
I don't know.
Goddamn wolf tickets. Selling them damn wolf tickets. But yeah, so maybe she got some tricks. Maybe she was fucking Bill Clinton, because everybody has been fucking Bill Clinton at this point.
Man.
Which brings us to, it's gonna happen eventually. But yeah, which brings us to our next point. Jeff Epstein.
Man, you got you got it. Right?
Well, I got it ready, but Jeff Epstein has committed suicide, ladies and gentlemen.
Apparently.
Committed.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly committed suicide. But I mean, I think we all kind of are like, you know what?
You
Fuck that.
motherfuckers over here talking about conspiracies.
That's what we think it
You
is.
need Jesus.
So Jeffrey Epstein. If you don't know, if you've been hiding up on
Did you get the techno version of that shit,
Yeah,
nigga?
got that fast beat bit.
But yeah, so Jeffrey Epstein, if you've been hiding up under a rock,
Where the
he was in
ecstasy at?
jail for, touching on little girls and, molesting little girls. A whole sex ring of a whole bunch of other shit. And,
He was a piece of shit.
yeah, basically, at the end of the day, that's what he was. Now, if you can hear the beat going on Facebook Live audio, we know you can definitely hear it.
Pop your E.
Yeah.
It's time.
So we all collectively think, we try to disagree on certain things, maybe on purpose, maybe on accident. You never know. But we all can agree that Jeffrey Epstein
really got
that Techno X-Files.
and so
What the fuck is going on?
and so we can all agree that Jeffrey Epstein was killed by somebody other than himself.
Oh my God! What? The...
Now, Jamile has the scoop on a lot of. Well, first off, let's take a shot for old Epstein.
For a pedophile?
Well, no. Let's take a shot for his murder.
Yeah, I'm not co-signing on the pedophile shot, nigga. No, I'm good.
Let's take a shot for a murder of a pedophile. Which
I'm not taking a shot for murder either. You make the worst fucking shots.
Why?
How about we take a shot for this Techno X-Files?
All right, Techno
music
X-Files.
that we-
Techno X-Files.
Jesus
There we
fucking
go.
Christ. Pour one out for the petty.
Pull one out for the petty. Anyways, so Jamile, how did this whole thing kind of come about with the techno in the background? Can't focus on the techno. Can't focus on the techno.
I can't believe you even found a techno version of this shit. Who the fuck would make this?
I don't know, but it's fucking glorious.
Anyway, well, I mean, the thing about Epstein, I mean, I'm sure, hopefully everybody knows by now.
Right.
If I know, then everybody should fucking know.
You look at this shit.
You say that.
Well, I have known about Epstein for years, but I mean, I never thought he would actually go down for it. But
Right.
he's like the fucking pimp for the billionaires. Like,
Shout out to Bill
he
Cosby.
does pimping on a whole nother scale. Has a whole fucking island where he flies these little girls out there and little boys. They haven't told you about that part yet.
I mean, you got one, you got the other.
So so he sets it up, but it's not just like he's got Bill Clinton on his Rolodex, all kinds of congressmen, CEOs, big time like academic scientists. Even Stephen Hawking went out to his fucking island. I'm
president.
like, what the fuck was Stephen Hawking doing on a sex island?
I'm trying to tell you, man. See, man, fuck Stephen Hawking.
And then
man.
he got straight up out that chair, like, oh wait a second, I can.
Oh yeah, this is for the gram.
I want some pussy.
This is for the gram.
Yeah.
I do it like pussy.
Fuck Stephen Hawking.
But so I mean, so a lot of people stood to go down. Like Bill Clinton went to his island 26 times. Of course, Bill. Like,
Of course.
That's the least surprising shit on the
Of
fucking.
course, of course.
So
Bill even lied
So like I
about it.
never thought, because I remember when he went to jail. Well, the first time in jail, it was like a little short stint to say that you got arrested for raping kids.
Yeah, just kind of
yeah,
just a little right.
But got that shit dismissed. Not dismissed. He got slapped on the wrist.
Right.
But then
You really get a kid to Mia Khalifa, the world fucked up.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
You got 12 grand and these kids are selling out.
Yeah.
Fucked up. We out of here.
Yeah.
so after that case, everybody thought, well, the billionaires win again. They just gonna do what they do.
Right.
And so when this shit came back up and the case got reopened and because it got exposed again, what happened, which the guy who was the attorney general at the time,
Right.
in New York, who gave him that sweetheart deal, was working in the Trump administration, Jim Acosta. So Trump, for the first time, Trump usually he don't give a fuck if you think his people ain't shit.
Right.
He's not firing nobody. Like
Right.
he actually fired that dude. And then you fast forward now, Epstein's on trial again. On Friday, a judge had ordered that they had to unseal the records for a case that guy Acosta had basically pushed under the rug.
Right.
And it was actually illegal for him to have made that private in the first place. Right? So a judge on Friday ruled that they had to release that. All of a sudden, Saturday morning, Epstein is dead. The camera in the facility apparently malfunctioned.
Right.
So they have
when the shit happened.
so they have no video of what the fuck went on his level at that time. And then they had this shit that came out today in the New York Times.
Okay.
This is when before the show I was like, oh shit,
Right.
the New York
You was
Times
looking at
actually,
it. Yeah.
actually reporting again.
Right.
So okay, so this is from by somebody who worked there. So it says many of these staff members only receive a few weeks training in correctional work, and while required by contract to serve as substitutes, are uncomfortable in their roles. Even workers who previously held correctional positions have said that the practice was unsettling because of fewer colleagues were on hand if things got ugly. Then one staff member said, I was the guard on duty. When my shift ended, a new guard came. I'd never seen him before.
I ain't never seen this motherfucker before.
He said, I'd never seen him before. I said, what's your name? He goes, Steve.
Thirsty.
I said, Steve, what? He looks around for a sec and then said, jail. My name is Steve Jail. I was tired and it seemed legit, so I left. The staff member was speaking under condition of anonymity.
Of course, because he got that paper too.
And he he's probably already dead.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
they were like,
at that point.
They're like, are you anonymous?
It's easy to figure out who was the guard the shit before.
Talking about anonymity, bitch. You just said you was the last dude to see him.
Hey, matter of fact, they ain't even finna say nothing about it. They said, hey, what happened to Bill? Yeah, he just got transferred up the street. You know, no big deal.
Yeah. Wait, do you mean the cemetery up the street?
Does anybody really know how Epstein got all this goddamn money and shit? Nobody.
Well, that's the other. This is what they were writing about before he got killed. Everybody's trying to figure out how the fuck he had money,
right?
Because he was supposed to be this Wall Street guy, but nobody on Wall Street knew him.
Yeah, we don't know.
Right, and these are billionaires. There's not that many of these. It's not thousands of them walking around.
If we know you, we know you.
Yeah, if you're on the street, as they call it, everybody has at least done a deal with everybody on that level, and nobody knew him, and so everybody was like, well, he clearly is not that big into Wall Street.
I heard he was big and like help Victoria's Secret or some shit like that.
Apparently, he did like some consulting work. There's a rumor that he did consulting work with Tesla too. Tesla denies that, but nobody. And
then there was some.
Nobody ever admits that they work with him.
I seen this shit where some dude bought him like a $50 million mansion in New York and some shit. And like, that whole looks like it looked like a damn temple, like a mosque.
Yeah,
it's like it's standalone. It's like up on a hill. The shit looks real weird.
Well, here's where the shit gets even weirder. So Bill Barr, who right now is a U.S. Attorney General,
Bill Barr,
who's now investigating this, right? So after the murder, he comes out and says there's something fishy here. We're gonna investigate. The guy who gave Epstein his first job in his career was named Donald Barr, and he was Bill Barr's dad. that shows you how small this little world of rich motherfuckers is.
It's in a box.
Like,
it's in a box.
And I'm not saying that means all these years later that he's gonna do. I'm just saying that's fucking weird.
It's in a small little box.
And if you're gonna do something so bold as to murder a dude who might expose a lot of important people, you would probably want to make sure you had your guy in place to lead the investigation.
Of course.
Because you know there's going to be an investigation.
Of course.
So he's just investigating himself.
They've been
He's like, no, nothing to see here.
Hey, what movie was that? The Departed. That was a perfect movie for that. Like, no, I don't know. Hey, they're going to be over here.
That's why Hillary Clinton was like, fuck this election. Like,
now she was trying to win that motherfucker, but
last time, but now she like, nah, ain't no way.
Hell no, she ain't. No, she ain't no way in hell. She can't even step outside in public no more at this point, because she know Bill was going to the motherfuckers and all of the above. Yeah, probably.
Hey, she had her fetishes gone. Yeah, let's gone. It's cheaper to fly on this plane anyway.
Yeah, cheaper to fly over here to go to her. Yeah, and
that shit ain't even on the map.
And the cold part about it is it's like we're not talking about like a small scale of shit when it comes to these kind of.
No, these are thousands of girls.
These are thousands of girls
and boys and boys. No one wants to get to that part.
No one wants to talk about the boys.
With the most powerful people in the world.
That's the thing. It's the most powerful people in the world, and they're all doing like I don't give a fuck. Oh, I didn't go to the this, I didn't go to the that, but you knew the shit was popping. Like if you hang around somebody long enough, you know kind of the shit that they into to a degree. You know what I'm saying? Like if
you go to their island, you know what the fuck is
if you go to their island, you know what the fuck is popping. If you go, if they would have said Bill Clinton went to the island one time and bounced out, but he just didn't tell nobody. Okay, you still a piece of shit, Bill. However, I get it. You didn't go back. You said the nigga went 26 times.
Yeah.
You know what the hell's going on up around that motherfucker.
But Bill said when they asked him about it, he said that he never went. That he said he flew on the plane once, but he never been. Like, really, Bill, you got on a sex plane and you didn't go to Sex Island. That's not you, Bill. That's not you.
That's not you.
But it doesn't matter because you got to have a flight log, even if you're a private plane, and that's where they found that in the flight logs of Epstein's plane. So
exactly. So again, you like I said, you have the most powerful people in the world, and
Presidents, plural.
presidents, and you have hell, like I said, presidents, CEOs, all this other shit. You have these people going out doing this just horrible type shit, and then all of a sudden they want to come back and then try to make laws and tell me that I can't go 65 and a 60. I mean,
that nigga brought it all the way back.
all the way back to the common fucking man.
Nigga caught me on jaywalking.
Yeah.
God damn.
That kind of shit.
I've actually gotten a jaywalking ticket.
See what I'm saying?
You do look like a jaywalking ticket type
you know what I'm
nigga.
saying?
Damn.
Look like one of those.
They actually said I didn't cross the street at a 90-degree angle.
You should have ran.
No. Little shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the shit that pisses me off. Like, if somebody's doing this, like I said, and there are CEOs out there that are doing it, obviously. Shut the fuck up. You are. If there's CEOs out there doing it, hey, look, man, go knock yourself out. We talking about lawmakers, people that are changing lives just from a stroke of a fucking pen. They going out here fucking little girls.
Boys and ass.
And little boys. That's fucked up, man.
And that's the thing about it now. And just kind of, to me, how it's a big deal, but it's not really a big deal, is the weird part to me. Because this is, the names that we're going to get, well, probably still can, but I don't know if they will get exposed at this point. Like, dog, they blatantly did this shit. Like, to me, to say this is not conspiracy, kind of naive. No, like, dude, the shit had just got unsealed Friday. He's dead Saturday
Morning.
Like,
nigga.
AKA they just found him.
It wasn't even a 12-hour gap.
Nigga, it probably wasn't even that long when
it's like they just waited to hear on news and it was like, all right, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
When
Knock
I woke up to the outside.
Run the play.
I was like, wow.
Omaha.
To me, not even knowing all full details to it, but I was like, damn, that's pretty blatant. Because
it was obvious.
Like that's a blatant move.
I woke up and when I seen that shit, I just busted out laughing. Like, you should not laugh at somebody dying. I just busted out laughing. I was like, yeah, got his motherfucking ass just that quick.
Motherfucker, a loose end. He became a loose end.
And the even more fucked up part about it is, it's going to continue even without that motherfucker being there.
Of course.
That's the fucked up part. It's like there's a new Jeff Epstein. Now they're going to catch his ass in 30 some odd years, 30, 40 years.
He been took over the operation.
Yeah, second in command. Didn't a nigga just bomb a new Benz the other day?
The crazy thing about it is a few weeks ago they found him in his cell curled up, all beat up with marks on his neck and shit, passed out.
By himself. In a cell that he's not in.
So that tells me that was your warning, motherfucker. Yeah. Whatever you think is about to happen is not going to happen. And then it was taken out of his hands, and they were like, "All right, we just got to end this shit."
You got to go. He probably did a Malcolm X smile when he was getting killed.
What the fuck is a Malcolm X smile?
Everybody says that when Malcolm X died, and they kind of gave like a little chagrin.
Oh yeah,
it was like, all right, you know, shit, man. Here we go.
See, Epstein needed one homeboy with a fucking jump drive. Be like, look, anything happen tonight? Anything happening tonight?
They killed that nigga last week.
Yeah, they probably already killed that nigga.
Yeah,
we know who your one friend is.
We all seen the movie Eraser. They killed the journalist before they tried to kill Vanessa Williams.
I'd have gave it to one of them kids on the island. I'd be like, here, y'all put this on y'all Instagram. Tell everybody.
They don't know their ABCs.
Tell them Uncle Jeff. Tell them Uncle Jeff said.
I bet Britney Spears ain't gonna say shit.
But who?
Britney Spears ain't gonna say shit.
What?
Anybody else on the Mickey Mouse Club?
So they all been flown to.
All of them was getting Epstein.
That's when you snitch.
Matter of fact,
you gotta go. Got to go.
That's the new phrase right now. They got Epstein. Fuck rape. You got Epstein. You got put into this bullshit.
Yeah, that's a sinister world, man. That's crazy.
It is.
But just how that just went on for like 2 decades, kind of just nonchalantly. Yeah. Everybody kind of, it was like the biggest secret in the room that everybody knew that nobody really gave.
Elephant in the room.
Yeah. Like same with like with the Bill Cosby shit. Not like that was the worst kept secret. Yeah. Everybody knew this, but you know.
Bill Cosby was just a dope man. That's all he was.
He was the dope man. I get it, but
Piece
that
of
was,
shit, but dope.
that was still the
Yeah.
worst kept secret, even with the R. Kelly
But
shit.
you know what?
On
Yeah.
a smaller scale.
But
It's
you
R.
know what?
Kelly
Like,
shit.
I don't know. Let me see. Because I sent it
So
to
we
y'all the
watching
other
the
day.
damn roast. Motherfucking Jamie Foxx was making that joke in 2002.
Well, yeah, of course, but like what's going on nowadays, and they're getting quote unquote figureheads of this whole, you know, every movement, I guess at this point is going to have their time in the sun, and with the Me Too movement and the raping, which raping, touching little kids, that's fucking horrible as fuck. Trust me. But everything is getting their moment in the sun. So what I feel that they're trying to do
is normalize it.
Right. They're trying to normalize it. They're trying to show, oh, hey, this person did this. We're locking them up. We're locking them up. Meanwhile, you have, again, you can go to any state. You can go to any the registry of anything. You can see child offenders in your neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? They have to register themselves, et cetera, et cetera. Again, there is one that stays about 3 houses that way. You have to be able to register, but people just don't. They don't have the knowledge, or they don't even give a shit.
All that's fine, but all that registry shit,
They have
all that registry shit. You know how I was like, I don't like when they pass laws because them laws are that's for us. That don't apply to them. Just like that registry shit. Epstein wasn't on the fucking registry.
He wasn't on the registry, right?
And
True.
If you got $150 million, you don't have to be on the registry.
Right,
So,
right.
That motherfucker had more than that.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers still don't know how that
Nigga, what did you do to get this
If
bread?
you got that much dirt on that many people,
That's what it. That nigga must have dealt in secrets or something, because that nigga.
It ain't
had
no
too
secret.
No, I'm telling just. He
Well,
had
I was
so
just-
much, he
when
had
I was,
so much, he had so much dirt on
yeah.
other people that they had it. Like that $50 million house. The dude just bought it to him and he just signed it over to him.
Nigga, how much debt? I mean, how much dirt does somebody have on you when you give a nigga a $50 million house?
yeah, just don't tell them. You remember that Black Mirror episode where they catch the dude
Yeah.
on the internet or whatever? If he was a billionaire, he'd have bought that fucking house for him.
Smooth.
Like, oh I gotta do what? Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, 50. I don't like giving a motherfucker $5 for a lost bet. However, which we'll talk about our bet later on. Don't worry about it. but I don't like giving a motherfucker $5 for that. So for 50 mil?
But he bragged to reporters. Like when I walked in and I was reading that article before the show, that's what I was reading. It was a article in the New York Times that came out, I think, yesterday, called "The Day Jeffrey Epstein Told Me He Had Secrets on a Lot of Important People."
Sorry, that nigga
And
dealt
he,
in secrets.
yeah,
man.
and he was like, because he actually went there. The reporter went there to ask him about work that he allegedly did for Elon Musk and Tesla. And that's what the reporter wanted to talk about. And he was like, Epstein just kept coming back to how much shit he had on all these on everybody else. And but here's the thing. Here's one thing I want to wonder.
Smooth Hunger Games shit.
Here's what I want to know though. So, what president could survive this about somebody who's known to be a mass pedophile?
All right.
So 15 years ago, Trump said this about Epstein. He said, and this was in New York Magazine.
Okay.
I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. Trump told New York Magazine in 2002. He's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do. Many of them on the younger side. So nigga, you knew.
He said that. He had been to the
Like,
island
imagine
a
if
few
Obama had
times.
said some shit like that.
Imagine if R. Kelly said
About
that.
a pedophile.
And it's on the record. It's not like they pulling this out somebody out of the air. It's
Nigga,
on
you
the record.
said this. Shit.
No, I didn't. We got
And
video.
everybody just
No, you don't.
all the supporters and everything like that. Oh man, it was a
I,
different
and,
time.
and I'm not even
Like,
saying, like, even if he didn't, because he's allegedly, as Trump said, he was friends with him, so he allegedly was also in this whole situation. But whether you even have proof of that or not, for most, it used to be, for most presidents, even the thought that you had knowledge of a pedophilia ring going on and didn't say nothing.
It was going down.
Shit, you seen what they did to Joe Paterno?
Yeah.
Well, Joe Paterno, but like I said, even with presidents, now Bill's a piece of shit because he went to the island 26 times. But even then, he got his dick sucked, and that was a problem.
Yeah, that was by an adult.
Yeah, and that was a problem.
But you see, you haven't heard from Bill, right? Ain't been no,
I know, that
even though his name been tossed around, all like.
That
Of course
dude's
not.
been Ghost Protocol.
Could somebody toss your name around with a pedophile like that?
Yeah.
Like his name's been connected to Epstein,
Honestly,
and you just be like, no, I don't have no comment.
Honestly, Bill Clinton. The
No
last time
comment.
I seen
I'm waiting
Bill
to die.
Clinton,
He moved
He
like
gonna pull that paternal. Bill Clinton ain't seeing the inside of jail.
No, he's not seeing the inside of
He
jail.
gonna hit that paternal
The
button.
last time I seen Bill Clinton, it's the same. I had the same feeling that I had about Stephen Hawking. Right? I guarantee you, when Stephen Hawking got ALS, he was dead probably like a year after that. But he was just sitting there. That nigga. Bill Clinton. Last time I seen Bill, he had these red bags up under his eyes. Like, he just looked like death. Like, he was pale. I'm like, okay.
He's always been pale as shit.
Well, he's always been pale, but he kind of had this kind of
I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah.
He looked like
he did have some swag to him. Give him his credit. He had some swag to him. But like the last time when Hillary was doing all her bullshit, and he just looked. He looked like fucking.
Which is
Celebrity.
probably I'm laughing because that's probably exactly how Bill thought of her running. Like,
Bitch.
she doing her bullshit. I'm going to the thing.
Yeah,
I gotta be at this stupid fucking debate.
He was trying to be the first man of state, or whatever. Since she was
Mother Nature just pissed her pantsuit, and that was fucking Hillary
Damn.
Clinton. Anyways, but yeah, so the last time I seen Bill, he looked like death. And so, if some more shit gonna come out, Bill, that nigga gonna go to sleep.
Sick bastards really be fucking with like younger people because they think that they can stay young, like it's making them young.
Yeah, all that kind of shit. Everybody seen the movie.
They be drinking their blood and shit. We know that. They've been going
Hey.
on for years. They didn't pull that out of their imagination. Hollywood is not that creative.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you see, we got like fucking 4 Men in Blacks. They ain't that creative.
Hey,
Motherfucker.
everybody done seen the movie Cocoon. Them old motherfuckers was out
Everybody
there.
done seen Eyes Wide Shut.
Man.
And then we also saw Stanley Kubrick, the director and writer, die right after Eyes Wide Shut.
Oops. Just so happened.
Sorry, Stan.
Yeah.
Man, you put that out?
Yeah.
That's
the one. That's the one. Hey, man, can you take that? You're not gonna take it back? You're not gonna take it back?
Right when Tom Cruise wasn't green at that point.
Nah, he was like that. He was in his prime.
Yeah.
He was
And Nicole Kidman.
Cocktail.
Nicole Kidman was in her prime, and she's past it now. But
Man, Nicole Kidman she'll still get the dick.
nah. I saw her in that movie with Kevin Hart and the guy from Breaking Bad.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she's
supposed to be like a serious role.
Yeah, she's like very.
Was that a good movie?
It has moments. Yeah, it was kind of funny. Like, I wouldn't be like, oh, you gotta see it. But if it's on, yeah.
Fair enough. If it's on, it's on airplane.
I thought it was the best performance I had seen Kevin Hart make. Not necessarily the best movie, but the best. Yeah, because he was real.
Acting, like,
yeah,
he wasn't being Kevin Hart on the screen.
Yeah, he was a much more downer kind of a role. He still had his funny parts, but he was much more like
shout out to
fuck
Kevin
life
Hart
type of attitude.
Shout out to Kevin Hart, man.
To me, that's to be off subject. He needs to kind of. I want to see his range. Yeah. Every movie maybe outside of this one, he's kind of played the same character.
Kevin, stay in your lane.
No, I'm not saying don't always go back to your bread and butter, but say, man, there's so many times me personally, I'm gonna go see that shit where you're basically playing the same person.
Yeah.
Every time, just in a different movie.
Right. Shout out to Gabrielle Union.
At least she fine.
Yeah, good point. But she looks ass, and it's not.
She looks like husband's ass.
I don't need to know it though.
No one needs to know that.
I don't need to know that.
No one needs to know that you
People
look.
go too far now.
I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, kind of expect it. Don't need to know it. Anyway,
Only person I'll listen to about that is like a comedian if it's a part of a joke or some shit. I listen to
it's a joke.
Yeah, like I don't want to hear a fucking famous actress talk about eating ass.
Boo boo mouthed it.
Sports. NFL season, yes. Y'all always say it's not meat and potatoes.
I mean, it ain't.
Shit, we didn't have
We didn't have a pretty cool, not cool, just a crazy ass weekend.
Man, it's a crazy ass weekend. Look, here's the deal, okay? Well, let me start off by saying this.
Yeah, y'all go ahead.
NFL preseason,
y'all boy.
NFL preseason. We're gonna get to that.
Yeah,
we're going to get to that.
Aspects of it.
NFL preseason week 1. Did you see any games preseason?
No, I didn't watch it. I watched a little bit of. Well, I watched the highlights of the Saints game, or not the highlights, but the NFL releases that fast version with no breaks. Yeah. I just be nervous. I don't like watching preseason because I'm scared somebody gonna get hurt. And it's like, fuck, that's a waste. Like
every time. Like
even if it's a backup.
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
Nah, one of our linebackers.
You didn't even get to see if this motherfucker might have took somebody's spot or something.
Right. And like even with Hard Knocks, like when the Raiders were announced on Hard Knocks this year, I was like, man, but I started going back and forth with myself, like, am I gonna watch this shit or you know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't watched Hard Knocks in probably like 10 years.
Yeah, Hard Knocks had its time.
Yeah, it's becoming like the real world, you know, where at one point you were real tough on it, and now it's just like, maybe I'll catch an episode.
To me, I feel like the first few seasons of it, where it was actually really about training camp and these motherfuckers trying to make it on the team, and we really getting to see motherfuckers get cut, all that shit. Even though that's the worst, I would hate.
But that's fucking reality TV. Sitting there watching a motherfucking get fired.
I can't see that shit. I can't look at that kind of shit. I hate to see a nigga downfall.
I can.
But I can't. I didn't like it, and it's because to me that's not civil. It said you wouldn't want that shit at your job. Like somebody like you say, what? And they just follow that motherfucker in the office with the camera. Like, nah, dude, my life literally changes today because of this. They said you might bring me back on the practice squad, whatever. I don't give a shit. Today,
but sometimes they don't come in with them. Sometimes they put the little camera in the coach's.
You know
that's how Uncle Wade used to do it.
That's still intrusive, and that's an intimate. Because you.
Hey man, stop fumbling then. Stop fumbling if you don't want to be on the camera.
It's not that easy.
Shit.
It's still intrusive in an intimate setting. That is.
Oh, I like seeing it. Because it's what actually happens. It's actual reality,
right?
And it shows people the brutalness of the fucking sports business. But because I never thought of it that way until I saw Hard Knocks. Like you hear a nigga get released, and it's just like okay, he's not with the team.
Coach want to see you,
and you figure out he'll wind up with somebody else.
I've seen that shit in
college. But actually being in the room or seeing with a camera in the room, and you seeing a nigga's dream crash in front of him, and the coach is just like, it is what it is. Like, where you need us to send you.
Let me ask you this: have you ever had to fire somebody before?
Now I don't like necessarily seeing that, but it's the rawness of it. I like.
Right. Okay, I got you. Have you ever had to fire somebody before?
No, I did recommend somebody get fired though.
Yeah, I got you.
Meth head.
Being in that room, being in that room when you have to look someone dead in their face and fire them, it's pretty. I mean, unfortunately, you get used to it. Shout out to Walmart, but it's detrimental. It's kind of like you kind of get numb to that. Whether it's a dream, whether it's just a normal 9-to-5 ass job. Like I done been in situations, I done been in rooms. I didn't have to explain to somebody like, no, we're just not gonna go forward with it.
Well, like when companies have like big layoffs, they usually hire consultants to do that shit because the managers can't handle.
I don't
firing
work for corporate America.
But I'm saying like with big companies when you hear them lay off 4,000 people, like managers can't handle firing that many people, so they hire somebody. Well, it's not just that. It's like a lot of them have been with the company for at least a while. You've at least seen them in the break room.
Yeah, like you said, layoffs.
And they show you the pictures of their kids and tell you about their wife's stupid shit she got going on.
Right.
And all that kind of stuff. And, you see them as people. And then you gotta
not as employees.
And then you like, oh yeah, those two cute little kids. Well, good luck.
Have them in private school.
All that kind of shit. Like it's a lot of things. Like, again, having that conversation with someone and and looking them dead in their eyes and like, oh man, like, wait a minute, you know what? I don't want to. You gotta go. You gotta go. Here's the reason why you gotta go. And you see all the you remember when you signed this? You're like, you got all the proof.
Like you said, that's the brutality of sports, football in particular.
Man, that's just in general.
In general, I'm just saying with the Hard Knocks. This is how the conversation started. Really with it. It's just seeing that and being in that intimate setting where you see somebody's like life just change literally, and they know the camera is on them, so they can't really show their full emotion because they don't want to look like this or be painted as that. And it's like, that. So, and that's where,
like,
I just did.
But the thing is, there's a yang to that, right? Because you do get to see the other side. You do get to see the undrafted rookie dude who's been fighting all through camp, and he's on the other side of that. He's on the other side of that cut. You know what I'm saying? So they can only be 53,
hopefully
and you get that positive. I didn't think I was gonna make it, but I made it, and then you get the negative on the other side. And then I liked also seeing the veterans who had that shit happen to them over and over, and like they'll have dudes who've been on 6 teams or something like that.
That's James Harrison.
And like the way they handle it is totally different. It's like you didn't crush shit for them. It's just they they know they'll shake your hand because they know you could be right back because they've been with teams multiple times.
But that's the one that like you just said, they're vets at it. That first rookie dude or something like that. Them dudes don't.
Them kids.
Like when you're 21, 22, especially in football, and you're trying to get to the league. When somebody say you're cut, that's probably the first time you ever got rejected to play ball. In your whole life, like, no, you're not that good. You're not good enough for our team. That's probably this the first time. So, if you don't have that mentality, be like, no, I'm just might not be good for here. There's some other places I can go. And most of them don't have that mindset.
Well, you can't expect them to have that mindset.
It usually crushes them because their whole ego is built around that I've been a ball player my whole motherfucking life, and this is all I know. And this is the first time I've ever really got said no. Like, nah, you just not good enough. Like,
what you talking about, nigga?
Fuck you.
This and all this and that. I just
nigga, I got a billboard at my city stop with my name on it.
So that's the brutalness and. Like I said, the ugly side of it. But like I said, there is a flip side to it, to the ones that, like I said, Buddy from Cleveland that was sleeping in the workout facility.
And they went out there and got that thing. He went out there and got that thing.
That's first preseason game. Nigga took that whole 86. But you saw it too with just the celebration of the team. The whole team ran on the field. So
in preseason.
It said like he might make it because he went out there and ran a 4.3. Not everybody can run a 4.3.
Nah.
Especially if many of motherfuckers say run 4.3. No, he really
especially if you ain't got like professional training. Like, but my 2 favorite scenes in Hard Knocks ever were two from 2 different seasons. One from Cincinnati and one from the Cowboys when Uncle Wade was a head coach. Right? And it showed.
That's the one I think I watched like a full season.
Yeah, I think T.O. was on that team, right? Yeah, but
they had a mixture of motherfuckers on that.
But it showed the difference in people in the NFL, like how there's good people and there's people who maybe aren't as good, and like so the Bengals they when they were doing cuts, and they had to cut some dude. They go on to his room. They were in a dorm somewhere. They go to his room, bang on the door, 5 a.m. in the morning. Matter of fact, it's a little bit before 5, like 4:45 or some shit. Bang on the door. He opens the door. Clearly, sleep. But of course, the coach is standing right there, and the camera's behind them. So they tell him, "Hey, coach wants to see you.
Bring your playbook."
He's like, "All right." He goes back in the room, gets his shit together, comes back, sits down with Mike Brown, who the owner of the and GM, whatever, fuck him. But the owner of the Browns, and Mike Brown says, he was like, he's like, it's not because of a numbers thing or anything. You just weren't quite good enough.
Damn, boy.
He was like,
that's a jab.
He's like, you just weren't quite good enough, and so we're gonna let you go. But that's all I can really say about it. Like, he was real
corporate about it.
Real corporate and real, like, don't give a fuck about how you feel about nothing that's coming out of my mouth. And then you had Uncle Wade and he did this with, it wasn't just like selective. So it probably didn't matter whether you were trash or not. Because I saw him do it with multiple people. But he was like, he would bring him in, he'd be like, look, man, I know this is your dream and you can get a regular job anytime. Just keep just keep playing as long as you can play. You can play this game. Maybe you need to get better here or there, but keep trying. We can only have 53, so that's why we're cutting you. But, you know, if this is really what you want to do, just keep doing it until you can't do it no more. And that's how he would let niggas go, which is a totally different.
But that's always been, that's one thing you always heard about Wade Phillips there. He sees you as a person, not just as a commodity or just a player. You know,
Bums boy.
Shit like that. Like, no, this is a human. Let me treat him as such and not just a commodity that you're in my and now I don't need you anymore and I dispose of you.
Yeah.
And in short, let me ask you this though: has Hard Knocks run its course?
Probably.
Yes, it ran its course of probably about 3 or 4 years. Why? That's one of the reasons you see so much kickback with teams. We don't want them here. We don't want Hard Knocks here.
The Raiders did not want.
They gotta put away a whole too much mess in that shit.
And it said that's the thing about like the Raiders. Raiders are one of the most private teams in the league.
Mayock and Gruden both said.
I don't know, man. Your coach and GM are TV stars. I think they might.
Both
have
of them
like,
said, "Nigga, we don't want these niggas to be here."
Publicly,
yes.
And privately, it was like, man, we about to get this FaceTime, nigga.
They gonna get FaceTime regardless.
The Raiders are moving to Vegas.
They getting TV time.
Gruden already got $100 million contract, so.
What do I need these motherfuckers for? It says because you gotta think.
And you can't talk how you want, like, because they take the coaches meetings and all that shit.
Yeah, and it said the Raiders have been at the bottom for years, so why didn't y'all try to come over there, 10 years ago?
Right.
And get this shit out the way. As I said, all of a sudden, now, and it said, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of characters on the team now.
Right.
Well-known characters.
And that's the segue.
That's a good
Antonio Brown. God damn it.
He always had.
You got his mind right.
He knew exactly what he was finna do. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, he knew exactly what he was doing whenever he did it. That was the funny part about, now the whole feed and the cryogenic
that's
whatever.
They might sue the company.
Yeah,
that's on the company.
How? He didn't wear
that
their...
nigga
That's
did not
on the
wear
company to give him the right footwear to wear in there.
They did, but they say he took them off.
Yeah. It's Antonio
and he
Brown.
stayed in longer than he was supposed to.
It's Antonio Brown. Like, what are you
whether you want to sue somebody or not, the point is, like, he was in there the wrong way because he wanted to be in there the wrong way because he thought that would help.
He is a gift and a curse. Antonio Brown is a gift and a fucking curse because when he's on the field, he's the best wide receiver in the goddamn game. There's no question about it whatsoever. However, dealing with this motherfucker every other fucking day, that's the problem. That's the problem with Antonio Brown.
I said it this offseason with him because it's one of those things.
He's
with
a wide
him.
receiver though.
He's one of those guys. He always has noise around him. There's always noise around him, and he's gotten to the point now that you don't get the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
like nobody's gonna. Even if you're right,
because before we could even get past the foot shit, he had a whole nother helmet shit.
But the thing was with the helmet shit, like I got where he was coming from with the helmet shit because I experienced this shit my first year at Angelo State, where this was their first year bringing them new Revolution helmets in. And
I hated them helmets.
Exactly, and they tried to put me in that hole. The first year I wore one practice. And I said, man, I gotta get the fuck up out this shit.
I gotta get up out this.
I said, this is not. I said, I cannot wear this.
That
shit it didn't feel right.
Yeah.
It did fuck up my vision because like I said, when I was in high school, I wore the Dion.
Yeah.
And when I got to college, since I was playing strictly safety, I wanted to clear. I went with a few no bars up here. I wanted a full view. And the Revolution had the shit right here on the side, so whenever I would kind of look to the side, I would see the bar. I wouldn't see clear like I would see just with a normal, because I wore Rydell's all my career. And I was like, And I went to the same type of helmet he went, the newer version of it back then, but the same type of, And it had a clear vision. I was like, all right. And I got the air pressure. I knew how that hoe felt on my head. Everything. That hoe was straight. And I was like, if I play ball for the rest of the time, this is the helmet I want. I don't give a damn. Next year, I need my helmet back. And it said, and I'm gonna look where you put this hoe at the end of the season. And when I come back, hey, there's my helmet. Bring that hoe to me. Yeah, that's why I can feel him on. Hey, nah, he's been wearing that helmet for 10 years, 10 plus years.
Right.
Yeah, the only problem is there's a couple thousand players in the NFL, and everybody had to go through that for this little shit that they're doing. So you can't really make too much of a case for it because it's like, well,
32.
but I do get it. Them fucking New Revolutions felt like wearing a donut on your head.
Yes,
like,
but you say that, but Tom Brady's came out and said he hates these new helmets.
But he's wearing it.
Yeah, he's wearing it.
He didn't threaten to retire because of it.
But he's voiced his opinion.
He hate
Did
Aaron
you really
Rodgers.
think he was going to retire?
No. Yeah.
But just saying
even OJ had to say something about it.
But even saying it is like you being dramatic for no reason. Like
He's dramatic.
That picks up. Cut it down.
Receivers, corners, they're the most dramatic people on the team. It really is what it is. I mean, they are the ones that they're the furthest away from the play. But when they get the ball, they're the loudest when they do something.
Right.
So I mean, they're gonna be and when you see AB, you know he's gonna be dramatic.
Yeah.
So I mean, and the play on it was like you said. At a point, you just have to laugh at it because it's like, all right, it is what it is. But for him to say he was gonna walk away from $30 million guaranteed dollars for a helmet, you shitting me?
Not for no helmet.
Go wear the helmet at his house.
And you see what I'm saying? Watch me.
But didn't they end up backing down and let him use it?
They didn't.
No, he found a loop. He found not as old version of the same
right.
helmet.
Basically, they said you got to find find the same helmet that's not 10 years or older.
Yeah,
he found one that's less.
He found two that he's working out with.
So he's good to go. And so that's just one part of what you call it. Dak Prescott wants $40 million though.
Dak Prescott.
That was overblown, but that was still the same kind of thing. It fell in the same type of realm of AB's retiring because of a helmet, where it's just they're seeing different eye to eye where the money's supposed to fall. But one thing I did tell, and I said this from the jump, that Dak ain't giving no hometown discounts. He
said that himself.
Yeah, he's been on a budget the whole time he's been in the league.
Yeah, but there's a difference between.
Go ahead.
Finish.
Because I want to say before the season last year, he dropped his agent that he came in the league with and went with CAA, which is like a big agency firm for all reps a lot of big.
I'm guessing players. It's probably Leon Rose, that motherfucker.
It's a lot of big name players, and one of the was like, yeah, you don't go to CAA to take pay cuts. You go to maximize your dollars. And I'm not saying the $40 million, $40 mil a year was a real number, but it had to be overblown to where if it comes down to 34,
I need $172 million a year.
Yeah,
we'll settle it at 60. All right.
Yeah, to where it's like if it comes down to a number where it's because Dallas said they offered him 30. It said that wasn't top 5 like they had said.
I don't think he deserves top 5 money.
But he's
second
most wins, and that's what he's gonna walk in the room with.
Yeah, but
I've won 2 division titles since I've been here.
Yeah, you didn't win shit. The Cowboys won 2 division titles.
He's the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
Don't matter.
I'm with you.
No, as a team, you're saying right, but as him, I'm saying right too. We're both right.
All I would tell him is fine, just like whatever. We'll franchise you. That's cheaper than.
But if he go out there and Joe Flacco that motherfucker.
He's not Joe Flacco. Well, I'll pay it then because then you're worth it.
Right.
Are you? Because you see what happened after Joe Flacco got paid.
Yeah, but he's younger than Flacco. Like Flacco was already.
I'm not talking about how young Dak is. I'm talking about how sorry the team got. They had to let motherfuckers go.
Yeah, but you
because they had
can't-
to pay Flacco.
That's
Well,
all right,
look.
though. I got my bread and I won a championship. Hashtag Joe Flacco.
No, they said if you get that, you get that. But
Yeah.
you probably not getting that with Zeke behind you, because Zeke said I ain't playing for this.
Hey, Zeke ain't coming.
Now, like my point is like, look, there's at least 8 quarterbacks I would take before Dak.
Okay.
Probably
He's
closer.
middle of the road.
Yeah, like he's about
I'm going
14, 13.
Yeah.
13 is
I'm
about
going
right.
Yeah.
I said this shit. I said
Above
this shit
average,
from the
but
beginning.
barely.
I said this shit from the beginning. I said he's fucking. He needs to look at Alex Smith and see how he's played the game as far as getting paid.
13.
Although Alex Smith was the number 1 overall pick, so he already had some money. But
But
he did make a lot more. But my point is, if they're asking for $30 million, if I'm the Cowboys, like I would rather let you hit free agency and see that nobody's gonna offer you that. Like, and I'll give you the most. Like I'll be like, whatever somebody will pay you, I'll pay you more. But when you hit that market, you're not getting no $30 million offers for Dak Prescott.
Right.
Nobody's going to offer him that unless he comes out this season and becomes a much better
thrower of the ball.
yeah, passer. Yeah, throwing the ball is important for quarterbacks. So, you know, and it could happen, right? It could happen, but he hasn't done it yet. He's still on the contract. You could always franchise him if the shit gets out of hand.
But
I
you
will
only
let
can franchise
yeah.
one of them because.
So you gotta
Lamar's
ask,
on
yeah.
his last year.
But
He's on his last.
yeah,
year.
but so if I'm them, I'm assuming they want to re-sign Amari. I would just do it.
course they do.
I would do it now.
They gave up a first round pick. Of course they want to
Yeah.
re-sign this.
I would do it now. Although Amari is fine with waiting. So, but
But now he's injured.
yeah, but they don't have to because Zeke is under contract for 2 more years.
Yeah,
Two.
So-
he
Yeah,
got
two more.
this year and next year.
So yeah, I
Year
mean,
option next year for him.
so yeah, I mean,
Sit out.
Zeke's
Sit
fine,
out.
but-
Sit out, Zeke.
But Zeke saw Gurley get paid
Sit out,
with
Zeke.
2 years left on his deal. So that's
What-
one. To me, that's one of the reasons why he's.
What's
doing
fucking
this.
up Zeke's money is Gurley got hurt in the playoffs and that fucked everything.
No, that's
Shit.
not fucking up. That's not
Shit.
Zeke fucking up just in general, just
Yeah.
outside of football,
Man.
is fucking up.
they might
Nah.
be if he was a model
If
type
he was,
dude.
if he was Todd Gurley,
Yeah.
like off the field, he would have got his money.
Yeah,
I think he would have already got his money. Because it's not about production, and Zeke has not been hurt at all. Gurley came into the league injured.
But they done missed about the same amount of games
they
due to
had-
the suspensions.
No way he did.
Yeah, I'm just saying. They
But
done missed
that's
about the
that's
same amount
off
of
field
games.
shit.
yeah,
Right.
That's what's holding his money back.
Yeah, I
But
feel that.
They said, but you know, it is what it is with that. They said I always thought like Dallas roster is talented. I just don't know if they can get that shit together.
They're not gonna get it together.
I don't.
I think they're, cause, like I said, I take them 2 linebackers.
Oh, I like their linebackers. I like some of the offensive
I
linemen.
don't like they safeties. As much.
But I got them as like 9 at most.
At most,
You know,
at most.
Because like I don't know, like they don't really have no threats outside of Cooper, and
they pumping up Gallup.
and it was fine last year when Cooper just showed up. But now teams know he's coming. They know he's a part of their plan.
Welcome to the NFC.
You know, and I just don't think.
And Philly is damn good.
And then like they got a lot of players with a lot of pressure on them.
Yeah.
Like Cooper's playing for his shit. We know he can be in and out.
It ain't no in and out. It's out. It drops.
Like Zeke is. You know, if
Zeke
they
is
don't.
proven when he's on the field.
Oh no, Zeke is cold, but I'm saying like he's not gonna be happy if he got to come in
And
without a
for
contract.
for that
Dak is
$3
playing for his deal. Every fucking pick he throws, he gonna see like $5 million going out the door. And these are young dudes. These are not. I mean, they are veterans, but they're not so
them
deep in the
motherfuckers,
league. Like
they're veterans, but them motherfuckers is 24.
yeah. So
They better not let Zeke go by his dancing, man. They better get somebody to play, man.
Ain't gonna happen.
but honestly, if I were them, I'd go ahead and pay Zeke.
You pay Zeke.
I'll pay Zeke right now, and I'd make Dak play that shit out.
Backups, you already know Amari Cooper is gone.
Nah, you gave
The
up.
niggas got way better backup
No.
wide receivers.
Hey,
than they got.
here's the thing that
Cowboys
Cowboys
gave up
fans
a first-
here's the Cowboys fans don't realize. Amari Cooper is the backup.
They gave up a first round pick for him. They
is
are not letting
the
him
backup.
go. You don't just let a first round pick walk
Hey,
out.
you remember when all the Cowboys fans was laughing? Oh man, you traded Marcus? Yeah. Remember that? Yeah. Let the nigga go. Anywho. Any other surprises in the and so far? No surprises necessarily, but what about Kirk Cousins? Let's talk about the $84 million guaranteed contract. Is Minnesota?
I mean, he's the same guy he's been.
This is what I would say.
Okay.
And this is what I said when Kirk Cousins signed that deal. I'm talking about his deal. I'm not talking about his production or anything like that. I'm talking about his deal that he signed. He fucked it up for all the other teams, not players, teams as far. To me, his structure of a contract is what you should go after. He's the only motherfucker I know outside of the rookies coming in, the top rookies, where all my money is guaranteed.
Yeah.
And
84
in
mil.
the first 3 years,
All guaranteed.
listen, and that's what I would do as a player.
Instead of trying to get that imaginary number.
Yeah, the 5 and 6 years. No, I want 3 years. But these 3 years is fully guaranteed. This is what I want right up front.
Yeah.
So you know how it is. You know what it is, and we go from there. And that's why.
If I were one of these top free agents in the NFL, that is what I would be asking for, though.
Yeah.
So there ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. If my fucking knee explodes, I still get 84
I still
million.
get my money.
You know,
and you know what you were signing up for.
Say, give me 2 years,
Listen, if I'm
46
stuck in
million.
that Asamoah, huh? That Asamoah, 2 years, 95 million.
We didn't give to him.
Yeah. and that's what I said about Kurt. Honestly, it's his agent. Everybody needs to try to figure out what his agent said.
And they gotta be Clutch Sports
to get that shit rolling, because outside of a new, the CBA, when that shit rolls over, when they have to renegotiate that shit, until then, that's the structure I want to go after.
Yeah, and
short of all this.
See, but you would see more of that if they got rid of the franchise tag. Cousins is one of the few decent quarterbacks that even makes it. Think about it. Motherfuckers don't make it to free agency if you're a great quarterback.
Right.
Like, you either gonna get franchised twice, or and he did get franchised.
Let him talk, Simon.
But I mean, he actually did get franchised twice, right? And then they couldn't franchise him anymore, and so then he had multiple teams going after him, and he's the only starting guy on the market. Right. So, but imagine if Patrick Mahomes were to make it to free agency without a tag or anything.
Right.
You tell me you can get $120 million fully guaranteed?
Oh, easily.
Hell yeah, he could.
Easily.
But if the Chiefs can franchise him, well, then now I got to negotiate with you, because to get anything, I got to deal with you. And so it's going to be
the nigga 31.
$60 million guaranteed, and then the other $60 million, we'll talk about it. So, but if they get rid of the franchise tag, it's not going to be every player, but the best players will be getting and the teams aren't going to want to go 5 years if it's fully guaranteed. Of course. It's going to be 3 years, $90 million out the door.
But and this is where I always have a problem with the NFLPA. I don't think they're strong enough to get rid of the franchise.
Because Demarius, the nigga still suck his thumb.
I just don't think they're a strong enough union to get rid of it. And he needs to get the. If he doesn't do shit, you got to get rid of this dude, because he hasn't did anything.
I wouldn't even let him do it this time. You already negotiated a bad deal.
Look, this is
fooled me once. Shame on you. Fool me, can't get fooled again.
You let motherfucking Roger.
I know they have it in Texas. Do they have it in Tennessee?
Goodell be the czar. He's a czar. Like, I got full autonomy in this motherfucker. If I want to give you 10 games, I can say that shit, and the whatchamacallit come back to me, and I can still say 10 games. Fuck you. Pay me.
As stupid as that is, like, I wouldn't give a fuck about any of that. If I want the money.
No,
I'm coming in that bitch like fucking Jerry Maguire. Well, you can spend whoever the fuck you want. That only applies to Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
Right? The rest of us is gonna be on the field. So how about we get money?
That was just a small part.
No, but you're right. You're right. That's stupid that they have it that way.
And there you go. Week 1 NFL preseason. This is why I love football season. They don't believe in the meat and potatoes, but the meat and potatoes are here.
No,
it is here. Fuck you, it's here.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Episode.
We could go way deeper when
Yeah,
real games.
Yeah.
Of course.
And disagree on some way more
Episode
shit.
119.
We're still talking about contracts. We're not even talking about real shit on the
That's the
field.
beauty part. Episode
When
119.
is ACBA out? The NFL is it like
next year,
after next year?
2020.
I thought it was
Yeah, we gotta get this.
2021.
Yeah, Saints, we gotta get this ship. we can't afford to lock out Drew Brees. Like, that ain't gonna be like, oh, we locked out. Well,
Which actually,
Peace.
you know what? I'm gonna give you about a minute. Drew Brees is the top 5 quarterback of all time.
what,
Give or take.
I mean, I don't care what nobody say. Like,
He brought a championship to New Orleans. So
not only that, but with people like Brees, in a lot of situations, would have had multiple championships. Like, I mean, he played with the worst defenses for a good, strong stretch there. Basically, every year after he.
got y'all motherfuckers in 7-9 and 8-8 and all that shit.
Yeah, but I mean, it's basically when you got it's a coin toss. Last score was in those years. But I will tell you one thing: we lost a lot of games in that stretch. It was only actually a 3-year stretch, but that shit was fun as fuck to watch. 5,000, bam! 5,000, bam! 5,000, bam!
Yeah, that was the heat of me playing fantasy. I always got Drew Brees. Well, you know why? Because he's gonna throw for 5,000 and 30 touchdowns.
Why would you not get him now?
Nah, and every DB you ask about in this, and I've never heard one DB say Brady was the hardest to play against. I've heard Rodgers and I've heard Breeze, right? Because one, the Saints run so much shit,
Yeah.
and then two, Breeze is so accurate. It really don't matter where you're at. Like your coverage,
Be tight,
yeah.
right there on side by side, and Breeze will throw you open.
Yeah,
That's
so-
why he was always my first pick on if I play Madden as my quarterback. Yeah, I need Breeze there because that accuracy.
So-
I can directional pass that hoe, and that hoe gonna go right to where I said.
So we'll see. But I mean, this might be the best team he's been on coming up here.
Overall,
Like defense is gonna be strong. I think defense is gonna be top 10. Offense, of course, is always top 5. So this might be his best roster.
I hope they keep him.
There we go.
I hope they keep him fresh at the end.
I mean, if
because
he-
he kind of got tired. He's old. He's an older dude now. So
Well,
he got
I
tired
thought
of
that
it.
was overblown. Like their whole offensive line was like left tackle, left guard, and right guard were all out, and so he was getting his ass whipped at that point. And old quarterbacks can't get their ass whipped.
Yeah.
That's something that can't happen.
Shout out to Peyton Manning.
But yeah, man, this is, if you think about it, I mean, they could have did it. And last year was, I wanted it so much last year because I wanted him to beat Brady in the Super Bowl because he would beat Manning and Brady in the Super Bowl. Now, of course, the Patriots would probably just go right back. So
That's all right, though.
so we just got
You
to,
just gave him fuel for next year.
yeah,
Hey,
so we
Eli
just gotta-
2-0, man. He good.
so just got to get past the fucking refs this time and we'll be good.
Yeah, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's the new rule.
It's in there, so you don't have to worry about that
119.
one no more.
And for this season only, because y'all know I don't wear jerseys because all the players are younger than me. But
That's the thing. That
for
is the thing.
what I feel like is the farewell, we gonna go ahead and get that color rust breeze. Right?
Color red.
Yeah, every Sunday. Usually I switch it up.
The
Like
white?
the white. That white one.
The icy,
Yeah.
yeah, the icy whites. Them icy whites, man.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. 119 episode Straight Man the Show.
You didn't even know what episode it was, huh?
Yeah, I said 119.
Oh, you did. I was about to say, my bad.
That's what you get. Yeah, we in this thing, man. Hey, the sports is here.
No, it's not.
We're
It's
here.
not yet.
Nah, fuck y'all. It is fucking
We
here.
still have a month.
We just
until the regular
spent
season.
20 minutes going over
Contract.
the last 15 years for Drew Brees.
contract with Drew Brees, contract with
In there like booty hair. Episode 119. We at this thing. Junior the 3rd.
Junior.
Junior the 3rd. Dumb as shit.